Hi everyone, how are you doing? This video is very useful for people who are technologists, people who are interested in education, people who are interested in making new kinds of educational systems using the internet and the technologies which are available today, and learning how we can actually um, bring change and in mass level on very, very large scale, use it and to empower people for education. Approximately in July this year, I was talking to somebody in Palestine, and many years ago, 3-4 years ago, I made a Facebook group for teaching English to Palestinians. A person messaged me from Palestine asking that I want to learn English. And I thought this might be something which I can solve because I actually want to help people of Palestine, um, become more freer, become more empowered. But it's very hard to communicate with them because majority of them don't speak English, and majority of them are very hard to trust. I mean, they don't trust us, so, and they don't trust themselves also. That's been my experience. So kindly, this is based on my experience. It's not based on the real reality, and all of us go through our own reality. So this is my reality. So if 100 Palestinians want to come and prove me wrong, that'll be lovely. I would love to bring you on Facebook Live and talk with you. Now, having said that, I talked with a friend of mine. Her name is Carla, and she was doing videos every day about laughter and wisdom. So I asked her, can I make a group, and would you like to teach English? I actually made a post on my wall, and some people commented that I can teach, and Carla was one of that person who said, you know, I can volunteer. So I asked her, would you teach English? She said, I've never done it before. And I said, you don't really have to teach English because, in my opinion, language is not really about the language, it's about the confidence to speak the language. The children just speak no matter what happens. You can just speak no matter what happens, right? So she went ahead and said, I will be happy to teach. And it's now 7 months approximately since that time. She had already got a Zoom account, and she used that Zoom account to. Initially, I asked her to do it on Be Live, so she went on Be Live, and I asked one of my associates to connect with her and learn from her. And his name is Fatah Sumro, but he within a week time disappeared, and he didn't do it anymore, and he didn't want her to do it anymore. Then I got another associate, and he didn't do it. But since we were doing good, people started coming in, and after 14 days, Be Live expired, and then Carla had a Zoom account, and she just took it to Zoom on her own. Then I gave her access to my Facebook page, which had around 580,000 people on there, and she started going live on there. Initially, it was very crude, but the only thing which was happening was that she was showing up every day. And 7 months from now, I mean, 7 months, which is less than time of being, a baby is born, miracles have happened. I've seen these videos being watched over 12,000 times a day. I have just hung up on a phone from a guy who has been a co-host with Carla for 3 months now, and he said he would never have imagined or dreamed of going live, and now he's doing interviews, and his confidence level has exceeded. So I told Carla that it's not about English, it's about the confidence, and it's about building the confidence in people so they can come out and speak whatever they want to speak about. And once they have the confidence, they can, speak in bad English, that's fine, or bad language, but they will still be able to convey their message across because they have the confidence. And it worked. And now she has many co-hosts, and many people are doing it, and her persistence has got really good team with her. And now they have made a Facebook group for this, and they're going live from the group. So for the people who are not able to fit in within the hour every day which she comes live on, and now they're making friendships out of it. So this young man who I just talked with is going to meet with another person from his own city in Saudi Arabia, Riyadh, this Friday, and they will take interviews of each other in person. And then I suggested that they should go ahead and start announcing these meetups all around the globe. So I'll be ready to host one in Karachi and wherever else I can. And people who have benefited from these classes should come and meet each other, make deeper friendships. Now, this is in no way a replacement for an English institute, but it's a very different way of learning, and it's a very powerful way of learning. It's a powerful way of empowering people from no resources. Another of her co-hosts, his name is Ali Shuja. He's from Islamabad, Pakistan, and he wrote the other day that he feels like a celeb. He feels confused, celebrated, happy, and scared at the same time, because he was recognized 3 times in his own city for being a co-host on the Carla show. So the impact is definitely happening. I'm making this video to thank Carla, thank her team, thank what is happening, thank Facebook, thank the internet for creating this opportunity for all of us to go out and impact people in amazing ways. Now, I want you to use this video in 2 ways. Do your own experiments and see how this experiment has impacted other people. And by using a simple Zoom account and Facebook Live, we're changing thousands and thousands of people's lives in almost no time. 1. Number 2, Carla is 60 plus, and she is able to still impact people. So the people who are living in elderly communities in Florida and all over the US and all over the planet, our elderly are wise. They have, it's not just that she's teaching English. She is a wonderful human being who is giving her life's wisdom of her experience to the younger generation, which is missing. And a lot of people complain about it, that we're no longer interacting with human beings. We're just stuck on our Facebook. Now we are interacting. Now here's an opportunity where you can actually hang out with an elderly person, and she's fun to hang out with, and she's teaching. So things can definitely change. And my request number 2 is try to get involved your own elderly community around your area. Go and show this to them. And you can do it as a business also. You can go in an elderly center, make friends there, and then offer them a seminar about how you can use social media for empowering these elderly people. They're watching their bingos and shows, and they're wasting a lot of hours which can be used to empower the planet. These are engineers. These are, amazing human beings. I mean, I love elderly people. For whatever reason, I have this love for them. It's just beautiful that we can empower them now. All we have to do is just tell them. 1. Second, you can offer them courses and charge them. In an elderly community center, a typical room is $170 a day. That's what they're paying to stay there. So you can charge them $50, $100 per class, and in 3 days you can teach them Facebook Live, Skype, if they're not comfortable in public, and get them some students from around the globe, and I'll be happy to help in that space. If somebody's doing it on live, I'll be happy to introduce them. I have another website called the virtualgrandparents.com, and a group and a page for this purpose. I created it maybe 4 or 5 years ago. I have still not been able to execute it because it was very early of it for its time. There is another website we have called the Granny Cloud, and the Granny Cloud is again something which Sugata Mitra from the UK, University of Newcastle, He teaches educational learning, like how we can educate in new ways. He teaches that. He's one of my role models of life. He invented that, and he created the Granny Cloud, and you can go and watch his TED Talks, and he won the TED Talk awards also one time. Now, so if you can go out there and you can talk to the elderly community centers and you can actually charge them for teaching them, I will be happy to help you in any way I can. And this video is for documentation purposes for future, and for you some school of thought, from some food for thought for seeing how we can use technology to empower people around us, and at almost no cost. I mean, there's no cost literally. And again, thank you to Facebook, thank you to the internet, thank you to our ISPs for giving phenomenal technologies in our hands for doing all this possible. So use Facebook for good, use internet for good, use internet for dialoguing, communication, and problem solving, using the collective brain which we now have on Facebook. By showing and discussing, we can actually impact a lot of people. Thank you so much for listening. Do share the video so that others who are in that space can also learn from you. Thank you.